Hello, I'm Keith. Welcome to my channel, Knowledge for Dummies. Today I'm going to share with you the videos on how to select a top journal for publication according to your topic. A lot of us are taking our postgraduate studies. However, some of us keep delaying our postgraduate studies because we cannot find a top journal to publish what we want according to our topics. We're having the difficulty to get accepted by the journals itself. So today I'm going to teach you how to select a top journal that will accept your manuscript itself. Okay, now we start with the first point itself. So how do we select a journal that fits our topic? All these start with the hard work from searching. So searching for the correct journal. All this start with searching. A lot of us do not do our searching enough, so that we end up to publish in the wrong type of journal, a wrong scope or wrong topic. So searching is the first groundwork we must do correctly in order to identify the potential journals that can publish our works. So a lot of us do not know which journal can be used, where to find them. So worry no more. Today I'm going to share with you a website that can use to search the journal that according to the topics that needed. So the website itself is called shimagojr.com. You can go this shimagojr.com to search for journals related to your topic. You can go first by searching to the journal ranking. Okay? Upon to entering the journal ranking, you can also search more on the subject areas and also search on the subject topics. Okay, so example, the journal ranking. When you click on the journal ranking itself in shimagojr.com, okay, it will come up a web page where you can search according to the journal ranking. And the subject areas are example, let's say you are science students, you are searching for engineering. So your subtopics itself, you can end up in electrical engineering. So from there will come up a list of journals that is potentially related to this topic itself. So from there you can identify whether the journal is a Q1, Q2, or a Q3 journal itself. So I always encourage you to try on a Q1 journal first. Only that you feel to publish inside there, after you try a few times, only you go to a Q2 journal. Always remember, aim for the highest first. Do not give up. It may be a difficult journey, but believe me, at the end of the journey, it will be fruitful. So always publish in the Q1 journal first. Remember that. Try, don't worry, and keep trying. Only after a continuous failure, let's say you fail 2 or 3 times after you submit to a Q1 journal, only you go to submit in the Q2 journal or Q3 journal later. Okay? So always remember, aim for the highest journal first. So the second part itself is on identifying the top journal related to you. So in the list itself, there are Q1 journal, Q2 journal, Q3 journal. There are a lot of journals available there. So how to identify a journal that is related to your topic? You need to remember your topic is specific. There are a lot of journals that publish a lot of topics. So you want to find a topic of the journal that is matching to your specific topic. So always spend time on this. Spend time to read on which journal is suitable. Okay, so this is the first important step, because you do not want to end up at the end of the day after spending weeks of no sleep, hard work, but end up publishing in the wrong journal at a wrong scope. So identify the scope of the journal. The scope means what is the area of the publication of the topics that the journal really interested in. So spend time on identifying the scope. So how to identify the scope? So the next one, we go for the scope identification. So in the scope identification, when you open the website itself, you click in, you can read, there are several journals, you can click one in to read and analyze the scope of the journal itself. The scope itself must be related to the key points of your topic. Example, you are doing something on X-ray imaging for detecting cancers. So you want me fall in biomedicals. So the biomedical topic must be at the scope of the journal. If you are doing something on business, example, for food and beverage and marketing, so the topic of marketing must be related in the scope of the journal. So on the other hand, if you are doing something on videography, cinematography, so the word cinematography must be related in the scope of the journal itself. So the keywords is always related. This is extremely important. Spend some time, understand the terminologies in the scope of the journal that you target to publish inside. So spend some wise time inside there to end up with a first success of publication without wasting a lot of time. So next is we need to check for the quartiles. Check for the quartiles of the topic. So in the journal itself, they may be interested in multiple topics. Example, they may be interested in biomedical, they may be interested in bioengineering, they may be interested in electronic engineering, examples. So there are multiple topics that is being focused inside the journal. So make sure that the topic you choose is having a high quartiles itself. So example, you can go for a Q1 journal, okay? But inside Q1 journal, the topics itself, maybe biomedical can be Q1, bioengineering Q1, but after that, you go for the electronics, it may be Q2. So make sure that the topic you choose is having a high quartile. Example, Q1 and Q2 will be adequate in the checking itself. So after that, you also must check for any journals that is recently published. So you must do a thorough analysis on what are the journal topics that is recently published in the journal that you specifically chosen as your target for publication. So you can identify the trend. If let's say this journal that you targeted this year specifically publishing plenty of biomedical engineering journals itself, then that means that you have a higher chance of being accepted because that is the trend that is being focused on by this publisher itself. So you do not want to publish in something that run away from the trend. So keep some time to check on the latest trend, which journal, which topic is mostly published by this publisher itself for the last 3 years. So if you're able to follow the trend and you identify that one that fits to your topic, keep on that publisher, target on that publisher to publish at their journal. So let us go to the number 4th one, which is citation. So you do not want to publish in a journal that is having a less citation. So please scroll down in the shimagojr.com, lower down there to check on their citation itself. A high citation rate means that the journal is being cited as reference in a lot of other journals. So that means the value of your journal to be cited as reference is higher in that journal. So find for something that have a citation rate which is high. The higher, the better. Next is we go for the home page of the journal. So when you go to the home page of the journal, after you have identified a journal from shimagojr.com, you identify your journal. After you identify the scope is related to your topic itself, now visit the home page. Spend some time, believe me, to visit your home page of the journal itself. Look into the home page, the key words that you need to focus on. So what are the keywords? So focus on the information such as information for authors. Normally in the homepage of a journal, they will have a site for you to click on information for authors. This part of the information itself provide relevant information for authors on how to publish in the journal, what you should prepare, what is their format, and the following. So keep some time to read on this thoroughly. Spend some good time, do not rush. You can spend almost 1 week just to identify the information required for authors to publish successfully in this journal. Spend some time on this. Next is focus on keywords such as criteria for publication. So criteria for publication will specify what are the requirements to publish in this journal, what are the length of pages, what are the policies and trend they are focused on currently, what is the writing style that they demand on, what is the format that they wish you to follow. So look for keywords such as criteria for publication. So understand them. Once you understand them, you identify it match with your topics, that only you can strike to publish successfully in this journal. The last one is focus on keywords such as journal policies. Spend some time to read the journal policies, because the journal policies might identify what are the policies they are following. Example, if your data is copyrighted, you cannot publish inside here. Or they do any policies on checking of infringement. If your infringement rate is higher than certain percentage, they may not accept you. So spend some time also to read on the journal policies itself. Okay, so in my experience, we spend roughly a few days on this homepage, visit one by one, identify all the keywords, the key points, the key information you must understand before you spend the next few weeks just to target on this journal publisher itself. Next is, we go on the reference. Always remember, when you want to publish in a certain journal, select a few journals in that publisher that is related to your topic as the reference. You must know, you want to publish in this journal, you also must show your support to this journal. How do you show your support? Take a few journals from these topics that is related to you in this publisher and put them as reference in your manuscript itself. I myself would prefer to put around 5 to 10 journals that is related to this publisher into the reference for my research papers. So this way you know first thing what are the trends that is being analyzed from the publisher, the journals in this publisher. After that, you also show supportive by referencing all the information done by previous researcher published in this journal into your manuscript itself to show a continuous work on the research. So be smart on that. Before you want to get published, support the publisher first by selecting the references. Next is we go for formatting. Understand the formatting that is required in this journal by the publisher. Different format is required by different publisher. I'm dare to say that if you do not follow their format, the chances you get rejected is very, very high. So spend some time to search inside the home page of the journal to see on the format itself. So as every journal have different formatting, when you are writing, there is one software that can be used to help you to identify the formatting itself. Do not worry. You can go to search on something such as typeset.io. This software itself, available online, will help you to restructure your manuscript according to the format that you want to publish. So try to visit this website itself. It will be extremely helpful for you to getting the correct format according to the journal. Last but not the least is drafting. So when you want to draft your manuscript, make sure that it's aligned the content to the format of the journal. So write your journal, start with the correct format required. Do not do this at the last part. You should follow this from the start onwards so that you keep your formatting clear and correct for every subchapters that you want to publish. Second is you need to align the content to the standard of the journal. What it means by standard of the journal means what are the data that they request you to publish, what are the key points that normally they want to see in the journal that is published by this publisher. So you must always align to the standard of the journal. Okay? And then you must also see on the content requirement. So what are the content that normally expected to be published in this publisher? What are the content that normally they wish to see from their manuscript? How deep you can release your data result? Can you plot them in graph, tables form, charts form to make sure all your data is provided sufficiently and able to give confidence to your reader to believe on your research result? So after that, lastly is on the submission. The last one to go here is on the submission process. So if you get ready your manuscript according to the format and the content requirement, according to the standard of the journal, then you're ready for submission. On the submission page, please be careful to fill out all the details, including your email, telephone numbers, and contacts required. So spend some time on this part of the submission. It is the final part and also the most important part. Do not miss out any detail that is required by the journal itself. So for journal submission, there are a few types that you need to see. For paid journal, it is actually the response for the submission is very fast because you are paying. Normally it takes around 2 to 3 weeks to get the first response itself, whether your journal is accepted or not. But for another type, which is a free journal, normally the response is a bit slow. The reason is because it's a free journal and there are a lot of journal being published inside there. So you need to wait for the queue for the check-in. Normally response take around 2 to 3 months time. So if you have a grant that can support you for journal publication charges, so please aim for those paid journal. But if you do not have any grant, then you have no choice but to aim for those free journal itself. So that's all I want to share with you today. I hope that you like the video. So if you like the video, please click a like here and subscribe for our channel. Till then, I share with you another topic in our channel. Thank you very much. I wish you like our video.
This video is produced by AK Studios.
We are eager to share with you new topics every week for our coming videos.
If you have any topics to be discussed in future, drop a comment below.
I'm Keith.
I'm Avinesh.
Thank you.